Today on Crazy Karl Project, we patch a tire. And originally, I have all kinds of nice tire stuff. So I have good tire patch, good tire cement, good tools. Can't find anything but the tools. And they've, in process of cleaning out the shop, I have stuck them somewhere where I can't get to them, is what's happened. It seemed like a good spot at the time, probably, but now I can't get to it to find them. So I had to buy cheap ones because it's a Sunday and nothing's open. So I'm doing the old method of that and that. And super glue, if you can find it, you'll want the stuff that says rubber cement. But as long as it says rubber on it, you're good. Not sponsor, not sponsor. Dollar General not sponsor. Whatever brand these tires aren't. But yep, it's on the Sunfire, and I'm just going to do a patch, and I'm going to play with a new inflator we got and see how it works. So yeah, this should be interesting. Here is the tire tool, the tire inflator, non-sponsor. Lou got it, and he's not able to film today because he's a little under the weather. So I'll be filming myself, so you'll probably get all kinds of finger shots. But yeah, the only complaint we've had so far with this is it's up or down, but you plug it in on the bottom of the machine. So, which it switches over AC, DC, kind of all the wires, but there's nowhere to store the wires on the device. And you want to set the device this way, well, you can't do that because the power port's on the bottom. And so that's kind of the bottom too. But then it has all your stuff, but there's nowhere to store the wires, which is another complaint. But it does have a deflator inflator feature, which is kind of nice. So we'll see. And this tire, we had a nail here, and there's which we marked. We used soapy water. Actually, I think Kit used window cleaner, but either way, use soapy water to get the bubble, find it. And there's another spot on here, there's a slash on here that's not leaking air. There it is. But I'm going to cement it to reinforce it to seal the wound, but it's not leaking air at all, so I don't have to patch it. So alright, first thing is all the tools. I have this one from my Better kit, but I actually like the file for finish one, so I don't mind getting this kit because I broke the old one. And these are self-sealing, so these will glue themselves, but I still like going over it with rubber cement or super glue to help seal it in and to lock it good. So I'll drop down it before I put the thing in, and then a drop on the top after I cut it off. So now I'll begin. Let's see if I can... See, there's your first fingers and hand shot. So, start with the drilly one. Technical term. I may have to put some air in this. I think this is completely flat now. It is, so I'm going to have to air it up. Did I plug that back in? I did plug it back in. I'm ahead of the game. My extension cord is plugged in. And then turn it on. Just got your stuff. You set the PSI. I think for right now I'm just going to set it to 10. Now set it to 15. Okay. Got your little doohickey. Got a pretty decent length of cable line on it. I still don't like that you have to lay it flat. I probably need to take that battery inside. Okay, and okay. Push play to start. Okay, it should be getting ready to cut itself off. We'll see. Yeah, that's 15. You can hear the hole hissing. Maybe you can. And I don't know why there's a semi outside. this one. That's to give a good surface for it to mate to. And it is, that thing is showing, I'll show that here in a second. See, I get this back in so I can hold a little air in it. It is showing the air pressure as it decreases. So that's nice. So far, my only complaint on it is the weird layout for where the plug is. Okay. Now you'll take one of these and this thing and you'll feed it through. Because this is what you use to feed the patch into the tire. And this is always the hard part. Well, not always, but normally it is. When this isn't the hard part, I get concerned about the patch. Because the cement may not be any good anymore if this comes off easy. And I forgot to bring a Ziploc bag out to put these in. There we go. And I gotta see if I can see what I'm doing. And you gotta squeeze this down a little bit and feed it through. Then you pull it until it's halfway. Like that, and you'll force feed this in. Well, if you have rubber cement for this type of kit, like the other one, you do this, you add a little bit of that in the hole, but this one's not that way. I'm gonna have to add some more air. So I'm gonna start this again, so I can get the tire stiff enough I can push this down. All right, that's in there. Now I'm doing the rubber cement, which is not, on this kit it doesn't require it, but I still find it a good practice. Normally you end up having to trim these. This one, when I forced it in, it went actually a little too far in, so there's nothing to trim, which is beneficial on its own. But, and this is just a little mini super glue. Screw it in, unscrew it, and it should be open. And then just and you want it smooth. It will wear down, so don't have to worry about that. Do that. I'll take a piece of paper or cardboard or whatever from the thing and just dab that smooth so you don't end up with a rough spot. And if you have a spot where it bubbled, put it back in there again. And like I said, this is an extra step. It's not a have-to step, it's just one. I found it beneficial. I've had less issues, especially when I have to use one of these kits that don't cover rubber cement, doing a little bit of this. And like I said, you want to make sure you get the super glue that lifts rubber. Most of the time it's gel, it's rubber, okay, and it's actually rubber cement. You shouldn't make as big a mess as I did. I'm not very neat at this. Now let's find the other bit. Let's see. Put a piece of paper on that so that it doesn't glue to a piece of gravel or something. And roll this over till I find that. All right. Now we got the slash. It's right here, which I'm gonna clean up a little bit and glue. So let's see if I can. There we go. I'm just gonna use this time. I'm not poking through. I'm just using this to clean it out. Actually, it got better. I've got a hook. It's right down here. I'm going to use this to clean it out, being careful not to push through so I make anything, but I want it clean so it can adhere. All right. And then rubber cement again. And just kind of make it level with the tire. Just filling that crack is all we're doing. And you do want to do it overrun a little bit so that you have a sealing surface with the good part of the tire. And that should do it. Okay, and that's it for that. That takes care of that. So that's all good. I'm gonna roll this over, bring this back up. Well, pull the paper off, and there's that. Which is not beautiful, but it's good, and after it dries a little while, it won't be noticeable. But while it's not necessarily ideal, it does work. And I'm going to go ahead and set this to, if you can see, I'm setting this to 30, I believe this one's 32 PSI, and turn it on. And then I'll let that fill up, make sure there's no leaks. So I'll see you again in a few minutes. Okay, it finished at 32 PSI. Excuse me. There's the patch. Let me spray it down and see if it bubbles. You can see that stuff will bubble. I'm not seeing any bubbles that are from air coming out, so I think it's all sealed. So that's it. That's a patch tire. So, and this thing seems to work pretty good. I'm going to leave it on and see if it holds pressure. And but it seems to be doing pretty good for what it is. The only complaint I have about it is nowhere to store the two cables it comes with, the one for the car and one for plug-in, on the device. And the fact that you plug it in on the bottom of the device, which I guess is, as far as they're concerned, the side of the device, but it has feet, but they're alternate feet, so I don't know. But otherwise, it's a pretty nice little device. Maybe, maybe not. We can get Kit to review it too, but we'll see. But yeah, that's patching a tire. So until next time, this is Crazy Karl. Remember to like, subscribe, share, bug somebody with it. This is a good quick one on patching a tire, especially if you don't have money or don't have an open tire shop. And that's it till next time. Have a good one.